What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, going back to U2. Yes, indeed, U2 fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bobbity-bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Steve Smith, and this is actually one of Steve's 3 prioritized requests for the month of July for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, Steve. Hope you enjoy the show. Steve wanted to see me react to this. It is U2 with a live performance of a song entitled Mysterious Ways. Now, have I heard this song before? Full disclosure, yes. Yes, I have. I know for a fact I've heard this song before. I've heard it in a number of places. It's been used in television shows, commercials, I think movies. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I know for a fact TV shows and commercials. It gets played in stadium. Whenever I go to a UCLA football game, they play this at least once over the loudspeakers. Plus, I've heard it at Dodger games. I've heard it at Kings games. It gets out there, guys. It really does. And I understand why. It's probably one of the catchiest songs that U2 has ever written, if not the catchiest. I mean, it is super hooky, super catchy. That chorus, once you hear it a couple of times, that chorus will live rent-free in your mind forever. So, I've heard the song, okay? I'm being fully transparent with you guys. I'm not going to try and, put one over on you. Now, having said that, this is a live performance. I was assured by Steve that this is a live performance. So, full disclosure, full transparency, not trying to hide anything here. I will not be reacting to the song itself in any way, shape, or form. I will only be reacting to, evaluating, and scoring the live performance, the visuals, what we see, not what we hear. I will take how well they play the song in a live setting into account slightly, like maybe 2% of the total score, possibly. But no, for the most part, it's going to be all about the visuals. So please keep that in mind. Let's see, this was posted by U2, no surprise there. And the video has 421,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. U2 Vertigo Live from Chicago 2005 full concert. Yeah, this is a full show. Steve said he wanted me to start at 1:46:49, which is right where we're at, and I'm supposed to stop at 1:52:50. So an hour and 52 minutes and 50 seconds, and I'm supposed to stop. Yeah, we know how that goes. Sometimes they hit the mark, sometimes they don't. Let's see how this one goes. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Yeah. Moving the headstock down as the bass slides.
What you don't understand, love. She says
Okay, remember, I'm not taking the song into account here, okay? The song itself is a complete non-factor because I know the song. I will say, in a live setting, it sounds good. I mean, it sounds like they're nailing it, so no complaints there. As far as the visual show goes, I've seen better. I've seen a lot better. This is, if I'm being 100% honest, guys, this is pretty boring. There has not been a lot of stage energy. I did see Adam move from stage left over to stage right. I saw that, but that's been pretty much it. There hasn't been any other stage energy other than that. Stage interaction, we did see some right there between Edge and Bono sharing the mic. That's absolutely stage interaction. Crowd interaction, not yet. Haven't seen any yet. We still got some time. We still got about 4 minutes to go, so we have some opportunity, obviously, as far as time goes. Showmanship, a little bit. I like how Adam, when he was sliding down the bass, he started up with the neck up, headstock up, and then as he slid down, he brought the neck down with it. I thought that was cute. I thought that was smart. I've seen the bass players do that. It's good for showmanship, so I'll give it that. I'm really not impressed with the live show yet. Like I said, we got 4 minutes to go. A lot can happen, okay? But as it stands right now, not terribly impressed with the live show, guys, if I'm being honest. Let's see if things pick up. Clearly a plant, very obviously a plant. He started walking over to the edge of the stage, and security already knew exactly who to escort over the rail. Exactly. Out of the dozens of people that were there that Bono was motioning to. They knew exactly who to grab. That was very obviously a plan. She knew exactly where to go. She knew exactly what to do. She knew exactly how to move. It's very obvious. It still looks good for the sake of showmanship. It still looks, pleasing to the eye, and it'll fool most people. I'm sure the average person who doesn't know anything about the business or anything about the industry or anything about plants and stuff like that, I'm sure they're gonna get fooled, But I hate to break it to you, folks. That's a plant. Very obviously a plant. Let's finish this out and we'll get to the review. Coming up. And there we are. 152.50 on the mark. Okay. Not really a lot to talk about, if I'm being honest. This is... Okay. This has the potential to be a short review. I'm going to do everything I can to keep it as a short review. But I'm also just going to put a warning out there. There's definitely opportunities for me to go off on a rant. I'm going to try to keep my rants reeled in right now. Because if I do go off on a rant, it's going to be the exact same rants that I've said with other bands. And I don't want to sound like a broken record. So I'm going to try to keep the rants wrangled in, but I'm not making any promises. So let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was U2 with a live performance of Mysterious Ways. This was a request from Steve Smith. And this was actually one of Steve's 3 prioritized requests for the month of July for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Steve. I hope you enjoyed the show. Okay, before I get my score, I'm just going to reiterate this one more time in case people either didn't pay attention at the beginning or forgot. I've heard this song before. I mean, I just looked at the title and I immediately knew the song. The main guitar riff immediately popped in my head and I was like, oh yeah, I know exactly which song this is. Okay, cool. And I said that at the beginning, that I'm very familiar with this tune. I've heard it in a number of places, a number of media outlets. So I'm familiar with the song. Okay, so having said that, I cannot take the song into account in any way, shape, or form. Luckily, this was a live performance, so I can take the live performance into account. So, full transparency, full disclosure, I'm not trying to hide anything here. I am not taking the song itself into account here in any way, shape, or form. I know the song. I like the song. I think this song, in all honesty, is probably the catchiest and hookiest song that U2 has ever written. I'm not saying it's the best song they ever wrote. I'm not saying the most impressive song they ever wrote, but it's definitely the catchiest they've ever written. So I am familiar with the tune. So I am basing my evaluation and my score completely on the live performance, the visuals, what we saw, what we saw for the live show, the 6 criteria I look for in a live performance. That is what we're going to be basing the score on here today, not the song itself. So please keep that in mind. Having said that, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 6.4. Yep, 6.4. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 6.4. What does that mean? Well, a 6.4 would translate to a pretty good skill rating. So we're not down the negatives, guys. It's not a bad score. I think it's a pretty good score. It would also get a 3 out of 5 star rating and a B- letter grade. Yeah, B as in boy, B-. So there you go, a 6.4, pretty good skill rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a B- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? Ha ha! So glad you asked. Can we be honest here? I think we've known each other long enough. I think you've gotten to know me, and I've kind of gotten to know you all. I think we can be perfectly honest with each other. This was one of the weakest live performances I think I've ever seen from you two. This was pretty weak. Going down the checklist. Now here's the thing. They did check off most of the boxes. Okay, they did check off most. But there was one box in particular that I was not 100% thrilled that they did not check. So let's go down the list, and you'll see what I'm talking about here. Stage presence. Yeah, check. These guys always have good stage presence. They look like performers. They act like performers. That's really never in question with these guys. Stage energy. Okay. It started out really weak, let's be honest, about the first half. The only one really doing any of the heavy lifting was Adam. He was it. He was really the only one moving on the stage at all. So that was kind of rough. Luckily, in the last couple of minutes, Bono stepped up and added some stage energy to the mix, so that really helped. So that there's that. But that first half was a little lackluster. Stage interaction. I'm going to give it a check for a couple of reasons. Number one, there was that point where Bono went over to Edge and they shared the microphone. That is absolutely stage interaction without question. Then there was the subject that we're going to be talking about later. Now, normally, if this did not fit certain criteria, I would not count it as stage interaction. But because it is fitting certain criteria, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to count it as stage interaction. So yeah, stage interaction gets a check. Crowd interaction. Oh boy, 0, zilch, nada. We didn't see any. The subject we're talking about for stage interaction, getting the check for it. In the case of crowd interaction, it's not getting the check, and I will explain why. Okay, I promise you. But yeah, unfortunately, crowd interaction gets a big fat goose egg. And if you guys know anything about me, you know that's the most important one. If you don't do that one, you have absolutely 0 chance of getting an 8 or a 9. 0 chance. And I'm going to be honest with you, getting a 7 is going to be really hard to get a 7 without crowd interaction. Moving on to showmanship. Yeah, that one gets a check. Again, mostly because of the factor that we're going to talk about in a little bit. So yeah, but that absolutely gets the check without question. Production. Yeah. Stage design. I've said this about that stage design in the past. The stage design looks good. Lighting looks good. The video screens look good. They're all done and programmed to work with the song. So clearly work went into it and it was well executed. So yeah, production gets the check. 6.4. Now, here's the thing. I did say this at the beginning, that I'm not taking the song into account, but I will take how well they play the song into account. Maybe 2% at tops. I would honestly give the live performance that we saw about a 6.2. maybe 6.3, but that's a bit of a stretch. No, but the 6.2 feels right to me. But I'm giving this a 6.4. Well, 2%, right? Okay, there's 100 different possible scores based on 0.0 to 9.9. Can't get a 10, okay? Unless there are certain criteria that I do give 10s for, but they have absolutely nothing to do with performance or songwriting, anything like that. So from 0.0 to 9.9, that's 100 different scores, right? So 2%, what would that be? That would be a 0.2, right? 0.2. That's how we got to that 6.4, from a 6.2 up to a 6.4. So that's how we ended up with the score. I hope that all makes sense. Now, let's talk about the subject. Okay. The lady coming up on stage. I'm sorry, you all can try to convince me as much as you want that was not a plant. I absolutely beg to differ, and I have the evidence to prove it. Bono started motioning to the crowd. Now, he was still on the main stage when he started motioning, right? He steps onto the ramp, and when the camera pans around to his back, security already has the girl. They already have the woman, and they're making a path for her to come through. And she knew exactly what to do before Bono even got to the edge of the stage to get her. Clearly, it was planned. Clearly, it was planned. They knew, the security knew exactly who to get. If security didn't know, if this was 100% organic, Bono would have been walking to the stage, gotten to the edge of the stage, and started pointing into the crowd. Security would have gone, her? And Bono would have gone, no, not her, her. And security would have gone, her? No, not her, her. And you would have seen a lot more of an exchange. You never saw any exchange. Security knew exactly who to grab. They knew exactly who to escort. She knew exactly where to go. I mean, it was so obviously planted. It's kind of, and I'm not even kind of, I'm sorry, I'm not going to pull any punches here. I'm going to call a spade a spade. It was laughable how obviously planted this was. Now, this works in some ways for the live show, and in other ways it works against it. Stage interaction. I did say that was a factor. Yeah, that's stage interaction. She wasn't just some random crowd member. She was a plant. She was employed. She was selected. There was rehearsal. This is what you're going to do. This is where you're going to go. This is how you're going to get up on the stage. When you're up on the stage with Bono, you're going to go this way. You're going to go that way. You're going to do this while you're walking forward and he's walking backward. Very clearly rehearsed, very clearly designed. Now, here's the thing. Not only does that work in the favor of stage interaction, because now she's a performer. She's not just some random person selected from the crowd. No, she's a performer. Okay? That's number one. Number two, showmanship. It works. It works in the favor of the showmanship criteria. She was on stage putting on a show. Okay, it absolutely qualifies. The only thing it doesn't work out in regards to is crowd interaction. She may have been in the crowd, but she was not there as a audience participator. She was there as a plant. She had a job to do. She had a goal in mind, and that goal, not just her, but the entire crew had the goal in mind. They had the plan in mind, and they executed the plan really well. That's great, but it will not, absolutely not count toward crowd interaction. I'm sorry, but it just doesn't. So it works in favor of certain aspects, it works against certain aspects. Do I have a problem with plants? I don't have a problem with plants. My problem is when bands do it and they try to insult the intelligence of the audience and of the viewers and go, this lady was completely selected at random. No, she wasn't. Are you serious? How stupid do you think we are as viewers? It's obvious that she is a plant. You guys didn't do a very good job of trying to cover it up. If you were trying to cover it up. Now, here's the thing. I have a theory. I don't think U2 was trying to fool anybody. I don't think U2 was trying to pull the wool over anybody's eyes. I think U2 knew exactly what they were doing when they left those doors wide open for everybody to see. And we all saw this was clearly a plan. We all saw it. It was extremely obvious. They did not try to hide it whatsoever. So usually I get upset with plants when bands try to hide it. I don't think U2 was trying to hide anything. I think they made it very clear that it was a plan. I think they did that on purpose. So I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it. I find it laughable. I do. It was kind of funny, but I'm not upset. Okay, I'm not upset about whatsoever. And it didn't take away from the score. I didn't dock any points because of it. As a matter of fact, it kind of went up a little bit because it hit the other two criteria. The only criteria we missed, unfortunately, was crowd interaction. If you guys know me, you know that's the big one. If you missed that one, the chance you're not 8s and 9s out of the question. Absolutely out of the question. Getting a 7 is possible without crowd interaction, but you guys gotta really knock the other ones out of the park. And I'm sorry, but stage energy was kind of lackluster on this. Let's be honest here. So this is how we're ending up at a 6.4. All right, I feel good about that score, and that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 6.4, which is a pretty good skill rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a B- letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.